Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's fan-made Gallifreyan script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these 4 different stems to make our consonants, and vowels are these smaller circles, and they're kind of tricky because they have different locations depending on what vowel they are. So like A's are towards the outside, E's, I's, U's, same position, O's towards the middle. And if they're enclosed on one of these 4 stems, so this is like an I by itself, this is a B I because this is a B stem, this is a J I because that's a J stem, T-I, T, and then T-H-I. So it makes the most sense in practice, so let's go ahead and look at this design. So you generally read the script starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise. So this design starts here and then, goes like that. Same thing with each individual word. So here's our first word circle. Here's the bottom of it. Here's our first letter stem. It is a circle inside the circle, so it's in this row, and it's got one line coming from it. So that makes it an N. And then we have a small circle on the line of the word circle. So on the line, if this is the word circle line, E's are on the line, same with I's and U's, but this doesn't have any lines, so it is just an E. So N-E, continuing around. Here we have our next stem. It is a shallow divot, and it has one line coming from it as well. In lines, they can bend, they can curve, they can come out one way, they can go the other way, whatever. As long as the line ends on it, it counts. So here we have one line on a T stem, so that makes it a V, and then we have another E, and then here we have 3 dots on that same stem, so that's an R. So N-E-V-E-R, never. Here's our next word. Here's the bottom, continuing around. So here's another T stem, and this one's kind of tricky because these dots are a little bit further away than these dots, but they're still all closest to this one, and you can't have something with lines and dots. So we know that this one's a line word, and these dots have to go somewhere, so they go here because they're part of this word circle. And anyway, so here we have another 3 dots closest to that R. I just wanted the dots to line up and look nice. So here we have another R because 3 dots with that stem. And then we have this. So it's a bit bigger than our normal vowels, but only vowels can be enclosed inside of stems. So this is a vowel, and it's right in the middle of the stem. So if these are stem circles, right in the middle of it means it's an E, I, or U, and it's got a line going outwards. So that makes it a U. So it's like this. So R-U, continuing around here, we have another circle inside the circle with a really thick line. And the thickness of the line doesn't matter, so just one line on the circle inside the circle is the same as this. So this is another N. So R-U-N. And then we have this one, bottom, continuing around. So lines that pass through do not count. So this one passing through doesn't count. This one counts because it ends on it. Passes through doesn't count. Does count, doesn't count. So only these 2 count, so that makes it a W. Continuing around here, we have a deep divot, so this stem with 2 lines, so that's an H, because lines can curve. So 1 line, 2 line. And then we have an E in the middle of that, so like this. So W-H-E, and then we have another N, just like this one or this one. So when, here's our next word, bottom of it. This is our bottom stem, and 1, 2 dots closest to that stem. So kind of like these dots being kind of sneaky, but I really wanted to make them line up because it looked cool. Anyway, 2 dots with this one makes it a Y. Here we have an O hanging out inside the word circle, and then another U, a more typical U, so Y-O-U. And then we have this. So these 2 lines going to our sentence circle make it a apostrophe. So we have our Y-O-U apostrophe, another R, 3 dots on this stem, E. So when you're, like the U-R contraction, your, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. And then here we have 3 lines on a shallow divot. So that is an S. And you can't have both dots and lines, so these 3 dots are closer to this stem than this stem, so these 3 dots go here, and these 3 lines are actually on the stem, so we know that the lines have to go with this one. And then we have a K, so 2 dots on a circle inside the circle. And in this script, you only use the letter C if it's a proper noun or an acronym or something where it has to be the letter C. Otherwise, you just use the K or S or CH or SH if, yeah, sometimes. Does a C ever make a, no it doesn't. Just a C, K, CH, blah, words. You use a K if it goes K. So scared has a K, C, so that would be a K. A hanging outside the word circle. Here we have 1, 2, 3 dots on a T stem, so that's an R. And then we have an E hanging out on the line of the word circle or inside it. So if the center of the dot is in line with the center of the word circle or within it, that would make it an E. E's and A's are kind of hard to tell on T stems, but E's are on the line or inside. A's are outside. so the center of the circle is outside the word circle line. So this is an E. And then we have this one, deep divot, with 3 dots is a D, so deep divot, 3 dots, D. So S-K-A-R-E-D. So never run when you're scared. Woo!